So Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to today's Japa Nectar reading session and further meditation on Lord Nityananda. So I will, I think, just immediately start with sharing my screen. Yeah. The music also is good. Okay. I hope the music is not too loud. Just in case it will be, just let me know. Huh? Okay, so today I think we have a wonderful morning. I cannot wait. I started actually before this session this morning. I was trying to do actually some meditation that we will do today. And yeah, I found it very enlivening. Looking forward for today. So today will be the meeting of Lord Nityananda with Lord Chaitanya, Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu, which is full of ecstasy, full of feelings, full of rolling on the ground and jumping in the sky. And so it will be very ecstatic time. And this meeting have taken place in the house of Nandan Acharya, who was one associate of Lord Chaitanya. And this house is actually very close to the ISKCON in Mayapur. From ISKCON Mayapur, you can go, if you go toward the gate, boat gate that goes to Navadvip, there is actually a full area that is actually called Isodian, I think, which are actually gardens where Lord Chaitanya will do his pastime. And we will first, before we offer our obeisances today, we will have a little meditation on this particular place where the house of Nandan Acharya is. And then we will offer our obeisances. So here is one description of the Nandan Acharya's house. This is from Bhaktivinoda Thakur in Navadvip Bhava Taranga. So as Vajanti will read, please try to visualize this area of Navadvip.
Krishna to everyone. Good morning. The Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains in his Navadvip Bhavataranga. In the southern portion of Mayapur, on the bank of the river Ganga, and very near junction with the river Saraswati, is the extensive grove called Nityananda, the Lord's Garden. May that garden be the place of my eternal devotion. In this garden, my Lord Sachinandana performs his midday pastimes along with his devotees. Seeing the brilliance of this grove, I shall be reminded Radhakund in Braj. May all these areas be eternally visible to my eyes.
So we can see this extensive grove and garden where Lord Chaitanya performs his midday pastimes. And because it's very shining, Lord Chaitanya remembers actually Radhakund in Braj, where actually the pastimes take place also at midday. And here we are actually in the house of Nandan Acharya. This is a small temple in front of his house. And now, keeping in mind the description of this particular area of Navadvip, we can just take a screenshot of this picture in our mind. We can just take a few little time to just look attentively of the picture and try to feel yourself there. And then now you can close your eyes and see yourself still at the same place. Remember that you are an eternal servant of Madam Krishna. You are aloof from the material body and the material mind. Now Navadvip, Mayapur, or Satyananda Acharya, which is a place where there are a lot of gardens, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rules pastimes. And now you can offer your obeisances. And ask for the blessings of your spiritual master. Ask for the blessings of Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Be allowed today to enter this eternal dimension of their pastimes. Now open your eyes again. And we will now look for the principle of Guru Tattva, something in regard to the spiritual master and the disciple that is relevant into our life. And I choose to take this principle because it's very much connected to the kata that we will have today. You will see, we will read that at a certain time Nityananda is arriving in Navadvip, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling his disciple, you go and find him. But after having looked for 9 hours everywhere in Navadvip, Haridas Thakur and Gadadhar Pandit came back and they said, we did not find him. And then Lord Chaitanya said, okay, I know where he is. I will take you there. And Nityananda Thakur mentioned that actually only by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can we find Nityananda Prabhu, which means that only by the mercy of Krishna we can find the spiritual master. And here is a quote of Srila Prabhupada where he speaks about that. By the mercy of
the spiritual master and Krishna, one attains the path of salvation. If one sincerely searches for spiritual salvation, then Krishna, being situated in everyone's heart, gives him the intelligence to find a suitable spiritual master. By the grace of a spiritual master, one with proper instruction advances spiritual life. So this, as we know, it's a very important principle, the principle of the Tattva. It's very nice, some of the words that Srila Prabhupada uses here, and if one sincerely searches, then Krishna, that is situated in everyone's heart, gives him the intelligence of finding a suitable spiritual master. So I guess all of us, we have been very fortunate in contact with Srila Prabhupada, and also some of his disciples. And then Srila Prabhupada says, by the grace of the spiritual master, one gets proper instruction and advances in spiritual life. So it means there is a relationship between our spiritual advancing and the spiritual master. Actually, we know Yasya Prasada, Bhagavat Prasad. So only by the mercy of the spiritual master we can attain Krishna, we can move forward. So yesterday we were a little reflecting also with Gaurari about this topic, about the spiritual master. And it's not just by once taking initiation, but we could always ask to ourselves, where are we in our relationship with our spiritual master? How much this relationship is alive? How much we are growing? How much we keep this, that's the first relationship with the spiritual master and in our life in general, to have this growth mindset, always wanting to grow. And yesterday, Gunari was also mentioning that once asked to our spiritual master, did you ask exactly? How do you...
It was actually a camp in Croatia where there were a question-answer session. And one question came to His Holiness Sachinandana Swami, and the question was, what do you expect from your disciples? And then Maharaj said, I expect them to always be looking for Radha and Krishna, because as long as they are eager or developing their relationship with Radha and Krishna, the relationship between the spiritual master and the disciple will be activated. But if after sometimes the disciple is not interested anymore to look for Krishna, then the relationship will not have value and will fade away.
Yes, so I think it's something that we can take with us. At least I took with me already from yesterday. Think a little bit about our relationship with our spiritual master, how much it is alive, and some suggestion that also our spiritual master was mentioning during Kartik time. It was that taking shelter of the spiritual master of great souls, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentions that it means to study their example. So this we can do whenever we see our spiritual master, or even if we have remembrance of times we were with our spiritual master, our be interested in looking how what is doing, how is reacting, how is speaking, and that we can take then in our life. How my spiritual master will react now. How when we are in a situation on practically the whole day we could do this. How my spiritual master will do now, and that would help to change our mind, our mindset. Then we will imbibe really like his teachings also, because so one thing is studying the life of of the great soul, and the second one is to sincerely take his instruction and practice them. So also there, I guess, even if we don't have the personal association, we are constantly hearing lectures. So we could also just take one instruction from the lecture. We know the spiritual master is giving all what he has in his lectures. Take one of these instructions and practice it, maybe for 1 week. And then we take another instruction so that these relationships remains alive, and so that we can move forward and keeping on being in this growth.
Thank you. Thank you. It's one could go the whole class today speaking and discussing and reflecting on these very deep principles of Guru Tattva, but it is just a drop that you might like to reflect on it also later. And now, before we enter the pastime, the reading, we will have a meditation. And those meditations, they are actually taken from the reading that we will have today. As I was preparing and reading, I took some small parts. One, it's about Nityananda's form. One is about Nityananda's qualities, and one about Nityananda's pastime. We will meditate on that, and this is Nityananda's meditation. And here we have the deity of Lord Nityananda. And in the text that we will read today, in the very beginning is, please behold the beautiful form of Lord Nityananda to your eyes' full satisfaction. So please take a few minutes to really look at Lord Nityananda and feel how your eyes will feel satisfied by looking at him. You might like to look how the garlands are and the colors of the garlands, how his chador is placed, and his dhoti that seems to have a very special form close to his feet. You can see the flower arrangement on the top of his head. Seems to be slightly tilted. And now, please close your eyes and try to see that in your mind. And as your eyes are closed, that you look at Lord Nityananda, offer him your prayers. Okay, so we will now go to the first meditation. This is on meditations on Nityananda's form. And here I will ask Divya Kishori if you could kindly read it, but we will do like this. We will read it 3 times so that it make a deeper impact in our consciousness. And for 2 times, I will invite you to follow with your eyes what is written. And the third time that it will be read, you close your eyes and you visualize again the picture of Nityananda, and you just hear and try to see that in your mind's eyes. So Nitya Kishori, please read it 3 times.
Nityananda's form. The enchanting beauty of his face defeated millions of moons. His sweet smile enlivened all the people of the world. His beautiful, brilliant teeth were just like pearls, and his 2 broad lotus eyes increased the beauty of his face. His hands stretched to his knees, and his chest was very wide. His lotus feet were expert in walking.
Please do it one more time.
The enchanting beauty of his face defeated millions of moons. His sweet smile enlivened all the people of the world. His beautiful, brilliant teeth were just like pearls, and his 2 broad lotus eyes increased the beauty of his face. His hands stretched to his knees, and his chest was very wide. His lotus feet were expert in walking.
Thank you. Read one more time, and now we can close your eyes and try to see Lord Nityananda according to the description that we hear.
The enchanting beauty of his face defeated millions of moons. His sweet smile enlivened all the people of the world. His beautiful, brilliant teeth were just like pearls, and his 2 broad lotus eyes increased the beauty of his face. His hands stretched to his knees, and his chest was very wide. His lotus feet were expert in walking.
Try to keep the image of Lord Nityananda in your consciousness and remember some of the details you have heard. Okay, so we will go to the next slide, and those are Nityananda's quality. I just have to see that we fit with the time. Okay, let's do like this. Maybe we'll do maybe just Nityananda's quality, not his pastimes. And maybe we could ask Nikunja Biharini if you could read it also. And maybe because of time's sake, we will please read it only one time. So we will need our full concentration, and after that we will close our eyes and try to see what we have heard.
Nityananda's qualities. Lord Nityananda was dressed as an avadhuta, or mendicant. He possessed an attractive body. He was always in deep, sober mood. Lord Nityananda chanted the holy names of Krishna day and night. He was the abode of Lord Gauranga's mercy within the three worlds. He often shouted loudly out of his own ecstasy, maddened with love of God. He was an incarnation of Lord Balarama.
I think it's good to, let's do it 3 times like we did the time before. Please read it one more time. Harini.
Lord Nityananda was dressed as an avadhuta, or mendicant. He possessed an attractive body. He was always in deep, sober mood. Lord Nityananda chanted the holy names of Krishna day and night. He was the abode of Lord Gauranga's mercy within the three worlds. He often shouted loudly out of his own ecstasy,
So please all close your eyes, and Nikunja Biharini, please read the last time as we close our eyes and try to see that in our mind's eyes.
Lord Nityananda was dressed as an avadhuta, or mendicant. He possessed an attractive body. He was always in deep, sober mood. Lord Nityananda chanted the holy names of Krishna day and night. He was the abode of Lord Gauranga's mercy within the three worlds. He often shouted loudly out of his own ecstasy, maddened with love of God. He was an incarnation of Lord Balarama.
Please keep the image of Lord Nityananda in your consciousness and try to see some of the quality that we have just heard. Lord Nityananda Rama ki jai. I had prepared also one for his pastime, but I think because of time's sake, we'll skip this one. And I think we will now go directly to the reading. So I will share the screen, the next here. Okay. So we will do like we usually do into the reading. We will read one page and then we make a little stop for recalling, or how you say, remembering maybe some of the details. And then we go to the next page and so on and so forth. Nupur, would you like to read the first page?
Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhuji. Nityananda Chaitamrit, Madhya Khanda, Chapter 1, Lord Nityananda's meeting with Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and all glories to Sri Nityananda, all glories to Sri Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Sri Gauranga. All glories to the Lord, who is the life and soul of Narhari and Gadadhar. O Lord, please glance mercifully towards me. All glories to Sri Gaurang along with his devotees. If one hears the topic of Lord Nityananda, he will certainly achieve pure devotional service. The topics of Madhya Khanda are just like nectar. Hearing them destroys one's atheistic mentality. Please behold the beautiful Lord Nityananda to your eyes, full satisfaction. He is personified love and affection for Lord Gauranga. Lord Nityananda's limbs are filled with transcendental mellows for Lord Gauranga. Speak,
Sorry. Yeah.
it's okay. Speaking in a faltering voice and unable to walk properly, Lord Nityananda resided in Vrindavan. Meanwhile, Sri Gaurachandra revealed himself in Navadvip. Lord Gauranga constantly did Sankirtan in great ecstasy. He felt distressed, however, not seeing Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda could understand the manifestation of Gaurachandra. He lived in Vrindavan, waiting for this auspicious moment. Understanding that his Lord had revealed himself, Lord Nityananda immediately went to Navadvip and stayed at the house of Nandanacharya. Nandanacharya was a Mahabhagavat, a pure devotee of the Lord. He saw Lord Nityananda as effulgent as the sun. Lord Nityananda was dressed as an avaduta or mendicant. He possessed an attractive body. He was always in deep sober mood. Lord Nityananda chanted the holy names of Krishna day and night. He was the abode of Lord Gauranga's mercy within the three worlds. He often shoutly lauded out of his own ecstasy, maddened with love of God. He was an incarnation of Lord Balaram. The enchanting beauty of his face defeated millions of moons. His sweet smile enlivened all the people of the world. His beautiful, brilliant teeth were just like pearls, and his two broad lotus eyes increased the beauty of his face. His hands stretched to his knees. His chest are very wide. His lotus feet were expert in walking. Lord Nityananda spoke with everyone with burning compassion. Hearing the words from his lotus mouth completely destroyed one's bondage to fruitive activities. As Lord Nityananda arrived in Nadia, all the residents began to chant, Jai, Jai, who is so expert to describe his glories. It is Lord Nityananda who broke the sannyas danda of Lord Gaurasundar. It is he who enlivened all the fallen foolish traders of Bengal. If anyone even chants his holy name, he will certainly be purified. Seeing Lord Nityananda, Nandanacharya became very happy. He offered him lunch and kept him at his house. Whoever hears about Lord Nityananda's arrival at Navadvip will certainly obtain the treasure of love and devotion. Aware of Lord Nityananda's arrival in Navadvipa, Sri Vishambar became extremely happy within his heart. The Lord had on some pretext or other already disclosed the arrival of Lord Nityananda to Vaishnavas. But none of them could understand the meaning of his words. Lord Vishambar had said, within a day or two, an exalted personality will come here. By Providence, Lord Nityananda arrived in Navadvipa the same day. Lord Vishambar, after completing his worship of Vishnu, came and sat with the Vaishnavas. The Lord said to everyone, Today I had a wonderful dream. I saw a beautiful chariot with a flag on top that came and stopped nearby my door. Within that chariot, there was a remarkable personality. He carried a large pillar on his shoulder and appeared restless. He had a stick tucked into his clothes and carried a pitcher in his left hand. He dressed in blue garments with blue chadar on his chest. A wonderful earrings hung on his left ear. By his feature, I assume he is none other than Haldar Balaram. He repeatedly asked, "Is this the house of Nimai Pandit?"
Thank you, Nupur. Very, very nice reading. Anyone like to share what he heard so far, or if anything was, inspiring, or some details? I found it interesting that he he did not say who is this personality. He kept it a little mysterious. He said like an exalted personality came, but at the end he said, "I assume he is none other than Haladar Balaram." So Lord Chaitanya knows very well, but he's not making it too easy for the devotee to know who is actually coming. He's keeping it a little bit hidden. Okay, I think we can just continue further with the reading. I don't know, Ricardo Prabhu, are you comfortable with reading English? We cannot hear you. Otherwise, maybe Dejan?
Hare Krishna. I can try, yes.
Okay.
Lord Chaitanya continued, I have never seen such a noble man. Was effulgent, dressed as a Navadvip mendicant. I was really stunned by seeing him. I asked him, who are you? He smilingly replied, I am your brother. We will meet and know each other tomorrow. Hearing his words, my happiness increased. I consider myself as similar to that personality. Speaking like this, Lord Gauranga fell into ecstatic trance and began to roar loudly in the mood of Haladara Balarama. The Lord demanded, bring wine. His loud voice almost shattered the ears of everyone present. Then Srivas Pandit said, please listen, O Gosai. The wine that you are asking for is right here in front of you. Only those you give it to can relish it. All the devotees remained shivering at a distant place. They all thought there must be some reason behind it. The lotus-eyed Lord loudly talked aimlessly. He smiled and moved his body to and fro in the mood of Sankarsana. After a short while, the Lord returned to his normal condition. Explaining the meaning of his dream, he became absorbed in the mood of Balarama. The Lord said, I have a feeling in my heart that some holy personality has arrived in Navadvipa. I already told all of you that we would meet him soon. O Haridasa, O Srivas Pandit, go and find out who can come and where has he come from. By the order of Lord, both pure devotees, Haridas Thakur and Srivas Pandit, happily wandered and searched all over Navadvip, Lord Nityananda. But finally, both of them talked to each other. They thought, Lord Sankarsana might have come here. They happily wandered, but were unable to get any news. After searching the entire Navadvip for 9 hours, they returned to Lord without success. They humbly reported to the Lord, we did not find the stranger Navadvip. We looked in the houses of sannyasis, Vaishnavas, Jnanis, and atheists. We saw the entire Navadvip. We did not go to the villages outside Navadvip. Hearing them, Sri Gaurasundara began to smile. By the pretext of ordering the search, he showed that Lord Nityananda is most confidential. Some people glorify Lord Gaurachandra, but as soon as they hear the name of Nityananda, they get up and leave. Just like if one worships Govinda but does not respect Lord Shiva. For that offense, he will surely go to the boat. Similarly, this interpretation of Lord Nityananda is not confidential. Without the inspiration of Lord Gauranga, no one can even see him. If anyone criticizes Nityananda's unfathomable qualities, though he possesses devotion to Lord Krishna, such devotion will be achieved. Devotees headed by Shiva's Pandita are fully conversant in the science of Lord Nityananda, but for some time they could not find him. After a while, Lord Gauranga said with a smile, come with me, let us go see him. All the devotees then joyfully went to the Lord while chanting, all glories to Lord Krishna. On the way, Lord Gauranga called, Murari, Murari, have you not seen Avaduta Nityananda? Saying this, he began to smile. He is now staying in Nandanacharya's house. Come with me. We are going there. I am telling you the truth. By walking, the Lord repeatedly chanted, Hari, Hari. His whole body shivered and his voice choked. 5 of 7 lines of tears flowed from his eyes. They lost his golden robe, but unable to walk. Sometimes he leaped up to 5 steps ahead like a powerful lion. Sometimes looked behind like a mad elephant. Out of ecstasy, the Lord would make a loud noise again and again. It was as great as the noise of the clouds. In this way, Sri Gaurasundara finally reached the house of Nandanacharya. Everyone saw a jewel-like personality sitting in the house of Nandanacharya. His effulgence equal to that of a million suns. He was sitting in the dome, deeply absorbed in ecstatic meditation. He was smiling at the time. Aware that Lord Nityananda was in a deep trance, pure devotion, Lord Vishwambara and his associates offered obeisance. Everyone stood aside with awe and reverence. No one said a word. They simply stared at him. Then Mahaprabhu Vishwambara came before Lord Nityananda, who at once understood his beloved and worshipful Lord was present. The form of Vishwambara was as beautiful as that of a cupid. He wore an attractive dress and a floral garland. Sandalwood paste was smeared in his forehead. The luster of gold appeared most significant before the body of the Lord. Even the moon brought his enchanting face. The Lord's teeth resembled that pearls, and seeing his attractive hair, one became unconscious. Seeing his 2 broad pink eyes, one wondered, Are there any more lotus flowers? A long time wretched, don't you give in. A fine thin Brahmin thread beautified his broad chest. His whole head was buttonfully decorated with large pilates, and his body looks enchanting even without product. His fingernails repeat the beauty of millions of jewels. His attractive smile is nectar. Lord Vishnu took the flock of Lord Nityananda, who at once recognized the Lord of his heart.
Thank you. So there were also like very beautiful description of Lord Chaitanya, how he would leap in front for a few steps and then like a lion and then look back like an elephant. There were like 7 of streams of tears flowing from his eyes. And now they are going to meet with Nityananda. They have arrived, and maybe we could ask, maybe we start again with Divya Kishori. Yeah, but she's traveling. She's on. Yeah. I go.
Lord Nityananda, out of joy, was stunned. He stared at Lord Vishwambar without blinking his eyes. He desired to lick Vishwambar with his tongue and he'd drink his beauty through his eyes. Nityananda desired to embrace Vishwambar with his hands and smell him with his nose. Lord Nityananda simply became stunned. Everyone was so astonished that he did not speak or move. Lord Gauranga, the life and soul of everyone, beheld the situation and began to invent ways to reveal Lord Nityananda. With a gesture, the Lord instructed Srivas to recite a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Understanding the Lord's intention, Srivas Pandit at once recited a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, glorifying Krishna's attractive form.
Varapidam natavara vapukarnayo karnikaram Vibrad vasa kanaka kapisam vajayantim chamalam Randram venoradara sudaya purayam gopa vrindar Vrindaranyam swapagaramanam pravishad gita kirti.
Wearing a peacock feather ornament upon his head, blue karnikara flowers on his ears, a yellow garment as brilliant as gold, and the Vaijayanti garland, Lord Krishna exhibited his transcendental form as the greatest of dancers as he entered the forest of Vrindavan, beautifying it with the marks of his footprints. He filled the holes of his flute with the nectar of his lips. The cowherd boys sang his songs. Hearing this verse, Lord Nityananda fell to the ground unconscious. Out of great ecstasy, Lord Nityananda remained inert as Lord Gauranga told Srivas to continue. Awaking after a short while, Lord Nityananda began to cry. Repeatedly hearing the verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Nityananda became maddened. He roared like a lion, and the sound shook the universe. He jumped in the air so forcefully that everyone thought all his bones would break to pieces. What to speak of others? Even the Vaishnavas became afraid. They all prayed, "Oh Krishna, please save him! Oh Krishna, please save him!" Lord Nityananda rolled on the ground and his whole body became wet with tears. Seeing the attractive form of Lord Vishwambhar, Lord Nityananda breathed heavily. Sometimes he would laugh loudly, and sometimes he felt great happiness within his heart. Sometimes he danced, sometimes he clapped his hands, and sometimes he jumped forcefully. A golden effulgence shone on the beautiful body of Lord Nityananda. Brightly shining ornaments decorated his charming bodily limbs. Yellow cloth adorned his waist, and he wore a turban decorated with champaka flowers on his head. Tinkling ankle bells sounded as he walked. Tears filled his deer-like eyes. His enchanting smile appeared as if lightning had fallen down on earth. His captivating smile disturbed the chastity of women. His grave voice resembled the sound of a cloud. His roaring sound subdued the mad elephant in the form of Kali. He walked like an intoxicated elephant. Tears of love constantly flowed from his smiling face. Overflooded with the love of God, Lord Nityananda's body showed symptoms of ecstatic love, such as shivering, standing of the hair on end, and perspiration. He held a golden stick in his hand as he defeated the pride of Kali. His lotus-like palms were simply wonderful. He was decorated with armlets, bangles, necklace, bracelets, and ankle bells. His 2 earrings were as bright as the sun. He rolled on the ground. Sometimes he stood up saying, "Please hold me." Then he would ask everyone, "Where is that cowherd boy, Kanai, Krishna?" Sometimes he uttered strange words, and sometimes he cried or laughed. Sometimes he asked for honey, and sometimes he praised his consort Revati. Sometimes he hoped, sometimes he said one thing, the next moment something else. No one could understand what he said. The fragrance of his bodily limbs caused all the young girls and the married women to leave their houses without hesitation. Lord Nityananda fell on the ground to offer obeisances to Lord Vishwambhar and humbly offered prayers with sweet words.
Beautiful. Maybe Nikunja Biharini, if you like to continue.
Lord Nityananda fell at the lotus feet of his Lord. Both of them tried to catch hold of each other's feet. Both the lords embraced each other and cried. Lord Nityananda looked at Vishwambara's face and smilingly said, "Where were you? I have searched the entire world but could not get any news of you. Finally, I heard that the son of Nanda Maharaja is living at Navadvipa in Gaudadesha, hiding his real identity. I have come here to catch this thief. Today I have caught you. How will you escape?" Saying this, Lord Nityananda began to laugh, cry, and dance. Lord Gauranga also danced with Nityananda. Seeing Lord Nityananda's ecstatic madness for Krishna, Gaurachandra cried along with all the Vaishnavas. The happiness of Nityananda increased without limit. Although everyone tried to pacify him, they were unable. When all the devotees failed to calm him, Vishwambara personally embraced him. As soon as Vishwambara embraced him, Lord Nityananda surrendered his life to Lord Vishwambara and became still. Lord Nityananda offered his life to him, to whom it belongs, and thus remained inert on the lap of Lord Gauranga. Lord Nityananda floated in the water of Lord Gauranga's love, just as Lakshmana lay on the lap of Lord Ramachandra, being hit by the Shakti weapon of Ravana. Lord Nityananda swooned, pierced by the arrows of love and devotion. Gaurachandra cried with Nityananda on his lap. Both lords felt an indescribable happiness. Their love and affection for each other is like that of Sri Rama and Lakshmana. There is no other example of the affection seen between Gaurachandra and Nityananda except this. After a while, Lord Nityananda revived. All the devotees began to chant Hari, Hari. Seeing Lord Nityananda on the lap of Vishvambara, Gadadhara smiled and thought, this is contradictory. Lord Ananta always carries Vishvambara on his lap. Today his pride has become smashed on the lap of the Lord. Gadadhara Pandita knows the influence of Lord Nityananda, and Nityananda knows the heart of Gadadhara. Seeing Lord Nityananda, the hearts of all the devotees filled with ecstasy. Nityananda and Gaurachandra simply stared at one another without uttering a word. Tears incessantly flowed down from their eyes. Seeing each other stunned, both of them The tears from their eyes flooded the earth. Lord Vishvambara said, today is a very auspicious day for me. I have seen with my own eyes pure devotional symptoms that are the essence of the four Vedas. This shivering, flowing of tears, the loud shouting are not possible for anyone except one who is empowered by the Lord. If one personally sees this pure devotional service, Krishna will never reject him. I am firmly convinced that you are the full manifestation of Lord's energy. Worshipping you, a living entity achieves devotion to Lord Krishna. You can purify the 14 worlds. Your qualities are inconvincible, unfathomable, and confidential. There is no one existing who can defy you. You are the form of love of Krishna, the treasury of devotional service. If anyone meets you even for a moment, he will be delivered, even if he committed millions of sins. I think Krishna has a desire to deliver me. That is why he brought you to me. By huge fortune, I have seen your lotus feet. By worshipping you, I will most surely get the treasure of love of Krishna. Fully absorbed, the most enchanting Lord Gauranga relentlessly offered prayers to Lord Nityananda. There were so many talks between Lord Nityananda and Lord Gauranga, but most of them were done with gestures. Lord Gauranga said, I'm afraid to ask you, where are you from? The mentality of Nityananda was very childish, and he was overwhelmed with intense ecstasy. He spoke like a restless boy. Lord Nityananda knew the cause for the appearance of his Lord. He thus folded his hands and spoke very humbly. Hearing the words of Lord Gauranga, Lord Nityananda felt shy. Therefore, he began to reveal his real identity. Lord Nityananda said, I have traveled so many holy places. I have also seen all the holy places where Krishna did his pastimes. I saw only the holy places, but could not find Krishna there. I asked some exalted personality, why do I see only thorns? The places of pastimes are all empty and covered. Can you tell me where Krishna went? He told me that Krishna has gone to Bengal. Recently, he was at Gaya, but now he has returned to Navadvipa. I have heard that joyous Sankirtana of the holy names is being done in Nadia. Some people say that Lord Narayana has appeared here. I have also heard that Nadia is famous for the deliverance of the fallen souls. So, being most sinful as I am, I have come.
Lord Gauranga said, "Oh, we are all immensely fortunate to see a pure devotee like yourself. Today, we are most satisfied, having seen the flow of your tears of ecstasy." Then Murari smilingly said, "Oh Lord, we are confused hearing words such as your and our spoken by you." And Shiva's Pandit said, "How can we understand their dealings? Just as it is hard to understand how Krishna and Shiva worship each other." Radhar Pandit said, "Oh Shiva's Pandit, what you say is right. Their qualities resemble that of Rama and Lakshman." And someone else said, "Oh, both of them are like just two cool cupids." Others said, "Oh, both of them are just like Krishna and Balaram." Someone said, "I don't know much about them, but I have a feeling that Anantashesh has taken shelter of the lap of Krishna." And yet others said, "They are just like two friends, Krishna and Arjuna, as they exchange such affection." Another person said, "It appears that they are closely related to each other. Whatever they speak is through gestures only." In this way, all the devotees happily describe the glories of Lord Nityananda and Gaurachandra. Anyone who hears about the meeting of Nitai Chand with Gaurachandra will no doubt be released from the material bondage. No one except Lord Nityananda served the Lord as companion, a friend, a brother, an umbrella, a bed, and a carrier. Lord Nityananda, by his own will, serves the Lord in various ways. If Lord Nityananda bestows mercy and qualification on anyone, then he can serve the Lord. Lord Nityananda is the expansion of the originally personality of Godhead. He is at once a great yogi, supreme controller, and the topmost Vaishnava. Who can understand his unlimited glories? Without understanding his unfathomable glories, if anyone criticizes him, then even after receiving devotional service to Lord Krishna, his advancement will be checked. For this is my only desire. May Lord Nityananda Ram, who is a manifestation of and very dear to Lord Gauranga, become my life and soul. By his mercy, I am inclined towards Lord Gauranga, and by his mercy, I am writing about the glories of Lord Gauranga. As Raghunath and Yadunath refer to the same personality, similarly, Nityananda and Baladev are different names of one personality. Anyone who wants to cross the ocean of material existence and merge into the ocean of devotional service should worship Nitai Chand. All glories to the most enchanting Lord of Lords, Shri Gauranga. All glories to the Supreme Controller, Shri Nityananda, who is not different from Shri Ananta. Accepting Shri Gauranga and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their pastimes.
So please close your eyes now and take some time to move again through the entire pastimes that you have heard. And remember how Nityananda was waiting for Sri Chaitanya to start his movement until he came from Vrindavan to Navadvip. And remember how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told his associate about his special dream, announcing that a special personality is going to come soon. Remember how Lord Chaitanya sent Haridas and Gadadhar and Srivas to look for that personality. Remember how Lord Chaitanya said, you did not find them, I will bring you to Nityananda. And in great ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Murari and the other associate went to the house of Nandan Acharya. In your mind's eyes, how Nityananda and Chaitanya met each other again and felt such ecstatic bliss. How they were dancing with each other and feeling all those great symptoms of ecstasy. Now they will speak, but mainly through gestures. And now for the end of today's session, see yourself again or still in Nandan Acharya's house, and again offer your obeisances. Pray for Lord Nityananda to be ever present in your heart, that you can forever see their beautiful pastimes. And become a very good instrument in Nityananda's dance. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining us today in this beautiful session. I think everything we read could be meditated upon, like the meditation we did in the beginning were just like small parts of the text that we were reading 3 times and trying to see in our mind's eyes. So the whole thing, the whole lila could be done in such a depth. I mean, it's actually very beautiful and enlivening to just take portions, small portions, and to read them a few times and try to see them in our mind's eyes. I did it today personally before japa chanting, and it was really beautiful to feel Lord Nityananda's presence into my entire japa, and so I'm happy I could share that with you. I hope and pray that it also was impactful on your consciousness today. And I do not know, we are a little bit over time, but if any one of you would like to share something or ask a question, we can take a little time for question or reflections about today's session. Ikoncha Biharini.
It was amazing to read how emotional bhakti is and how the one who loves Gauranga in this katha today, when lover is thinking about beloved, like all qualities are so much come to his consciousness that he became to also the form of sankarshan, form of so he was so like, he wanted to see him as soon as possible, and all these qualities came to him first, and he was totally infused into the qualities of Nityananda and Balaram.
Yeah, that's a very beautiful. He was so much in meditation on Lord Nityananda that he started to take the mood of Lord Nityananda and call, "Bring wine," and he was totally into the mood. Very, yeah.
Maybe I actually have the same realization and thought like Nikunja. I mean, I thought, okay, Krishna consciousness is not definitely something from the head. I am very theoretical and very, but here you can just see a heart. Everything is just moved by the heart. There is so much emotion, so much feeling. There is nothing of thinking. This is just an open heart. Like they are just so, and tears and everyone, and I mean even just Gadadhar that could see, and it's just like so much. It's just the heart, an open heart. So. Yeah, I had the same feeling. It's like amazing to see all these emotions. So Krishna consciousness is about emotion, is about an openness of our heart. For me, I thought that might be a good prayer to Lord Nityananda also to be able to open more the heart, feel from the heart.
And how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, I think it was Srivas, recite this verse, and then the whole ecstasy goes up, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, keep reciting, like higher, higher, higher. It's amazing. Thank you. Divya Kishori.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I wanted to actually thank you because of the meditation, like in the starting, when we were reading again in the story form. So you're able to just remember Avadut Lord Nityananda, his hands. So the reading became more present minded when we already had done the meditation. So we were carrying the image of Lord Nityananda in our mind. So it was moving just like for the whole story, and then the emotions and everything was moving. How he was sitting on his lap and he was crying, Lakshman, and like it has that just like Lord Ram, and the picture came of Lord Ram and Lakshman was on the lap. Although I was thinking that it would be something different with Gauranga and Nityanand Prabhu because they were embracing and crying. So some emotions were I was feeling what I could not imagine. But just with the picture of Lord Ram and Lord Lakshman, I could think of something. So maybe I would like to ask that what picture your mind created. Like I'm sorry, but if you can tell that when you heard this that when they were embracing, but at the same time it is just an image where Lord Ram, where Lakshman is on the lap of Lord Ram. So like like that.
When you hear such a reading, and you have place where you can meditate easier, and some place maybe less. And for me, this particular place was not so deep in the comparison with Lakshman and Lord Ram, but I found it very relishable. I think it was Srivas who was saying usually Krishna is lying on Ananta Shesh, but now Ananta is on the lap of Krishna, of our Gauranga. So with Lakshman I could not get really, but in the other one I could get a nice picture. And it's so much about blessings. Therefore, it's so important in the beginning we ask blessings with the obeisances, because all of that we can try our best to read and absorb, and we do our part. But ultimately, it's the Lord's blessings who give us entrance into those pastimes, so that we can actually see something. And this is the great mystery of bhakti, that we just with our consciousness we can enter those realms with the blessings and with some guidance on how to do it.
Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Nupur Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for taking this pastime. This is one of my favorite. Actually, once my mentor narrated this pastime, and I made a PPT. So I was remembering the pictures that I put in the PPT. So thank you so much. And Prabhuji, I have one question. Like we know that with the mercy of Krishna, we get Guru. But in this story, like Lord Gaurachandra himself ordered Haridas, Srivas Pandit and Haridas Thakur to find Lord Nityananda. Why they couldn't find? Because Lord himself ordered. So I wanted to know.
Let me see if I understood well the question. So actually, Lord Chaitanya told you go and look for Nityananda, but he purposefully arranged that they will not find Nityananda. So then he will say, okay, I will take you to Nityananda, so that he could make the point, actually, you can find Guru or you can find Nityananda by my help. So, and the point is what Prabhupada was saying, that by the mercy of Krishna, we actually get Guru. And then other way around works, that by the mercy of Guru, we get Krishna. But the mercy of Guru is actually coming through us, through the instruction of the spiritual master. And our ability and our eagerness to apply those instructions will actually make it that we receive Krishna. If we don't apply or don't treasure those instructions, it will be very difficult to receive Krishna. So that's what we tried a little bit to explain into the story. Now I'm not sure if what was the question? Did I answer the question with what I say, or was the questions different?
Yes, question was the same, but I still have a little doubt. Like, Lord himself ordered, because they were fulfilling the instructions of the Lord only. So why they couldn't find? Maybe Lord wants to give us example, like, if I'll come, maybe in the form of mercy, you'll get. But no, because they were just fulfilling the instructions of the Lord only, but still they couldn't find Lord Nityananda.
I have the feeling in this situation that is also a matter of ras. Actually, Lord
Yes.
Chaitanya wanted just that he himself would find Lord. As we saw, this here is not something about the head, it seems, these pastimes. It's really about
Yes.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself was so much, he wanted to find, he told them, but it's just about us. He wanted himself to find it first. I think there is not maybe here in some circumstances, there is not really a theoretical answer. It's just a matter of the heart, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. He likes himself to be carried by all the feelings and maybe to bring even some more spices because they could not find it, but I could find it. So in this,
Yes.
it's not just the Lord that, okay, I give the instruction. Here, forget Lord Chaitanya, it's all about emotions. And so I guess that might be that here, I think the rasa is like governing, is not about...
Yes. Because Lords wanted to make it more beautiful.
and I think sometimes not even think it's just his heart, I mean, just moving everything and...
Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay, we thank you very much. It's so nice to see every one of you have very beautiful smiling faces. We can see that something was moving our hearts this morning. And I cannot imagine how will be Nityananda Trayodashi with all the preparation that we are doing. It will be like a big explosion of spiritual feelings. So I thank you very much for your association today morning. And Krishna willing, next Saturday we'll have another pastime of Lord Nityananda. Shri Nityananda Ram ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol.